The following is a presentation of TFNN.
This story began on a nice Florida winter day, December 10th, 2005, when lone fishermen in Mosquito Lagoon, out near Cape Canaveral, discovered a crab trap that appeared to have something caught inside of it. As the fisherman looked closer, he noticed that a baby dolphin was tangled in a rope that had cut off the supply of blood to the dolphin's tail. The fisherman cut the rope and called for help because he saw this dolphin was struggling. The dolphin, later named Winter, was brought to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, but too much damage was done to her tail, and it could not be saved. Now, folks, the greatest gift you can give anyone is the gift of your attention. And that is exactly what Winter received from a group of prosthetic engineers who created an innovative new design for a prosthetic tail. Winter, she's doing just fine, and her story of survival and success has gone on to touch others, many, many others. These are folks that need a more flexible prosthetic. We can't control the circumstances of life, folks, only how we respond to them. Circumstances are like the wind. Learn to set a good sail, folks, and let the wind take you to your dreams, your treasures, and your destination. Welcome to TFNN. We're glad you're here and you have our attention.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the December 7th. Fantastic Friday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today, folks. And my outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Today, let's go take a look at really just a summary of the tools that I talked about this week. Instead of just giving you one tool, let's go take a look, because I consider this to be the laws of life. So, as we take a look at some of the topics that I touched on this week, number one, be aware. Be aware of the most important thing, folks, and that is that you are created for success, not failure. You're created for success. You should write this down. You absolutely should write this down. These are the laws of life, and if you live by them, folks, life is beautiful. You are created for success, not failure. Number two out there, refuse to allow your mind to dwell on or worry about the negative side of things. Always take a positive action to change your thoughts, folks. Think about that. Refuse. I'm telling you to refuse to allow your mind to dwell on the worry or the negative side out there. Number three, train yourself. Train yourself to realize that nothing outside of yourself can control your life. You have the power to decide on how you will deal with your thoughts out there. Number four, direct everything in your life towards the service of others. We absolutely love, that's why I love being affiliated, being a part of TFNN, because we are here to serve you. Nothing more so than today's opening about winter. We are here to serve you. You should always be you should always be serving others, folks. It's a fantastic, incredible, extraordinary way to live your life. Number five, know that you are important to the world and that there is a niche. There's a niche in life for you to fulfill out there. Just because, and this is really number six, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. Let me give you an example. I love giving examples out here. Sunlight. Sunlight travels 93 million miles an hour in a little over 8 minutes in order to be able to reach Earth. 93 million miles. That's pretty fast out there. Now, it is tasteless. It is odorless. And unless a rainbow occurs, what? It's invisible out there. Prismatic droplets of mist, though, they can make what was there all along suddenly visible. Just a little bit of mist. You know, the rainbow, folks, what it does is it reminds us that the unseen world holds many treasures out there for those of us with eyes that are open enough to be able to see it. And we all know what's at the end of the rainbow. A pot of gold out there, folks. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's out there. Let's go take a look at the pot of gold, the rainbow here that the markets have given us with regard to the big pop that we saw here in the about 8:30 after the jobs numbers came out. The 146,000 jobs created, unemployment unexpectedly slipping to 7.7% out there. Sounds like a little bit of funny numbers out there, maybe little fuzzy numbers out there. The market's responding positively, popping up. If you are watching us on Tiger TV, you'll be able to take a look at my screen. Maybe you're listening on a radio station or your mobile device. Maybe if you're on your computer, you should be watching us on Tiger TV. You can actually watch us on Tiger TV on your mobile device as well. But no matter how you're listening to us, we absolutely appreciate that. If you want to be able to catch an archive of this show, you can always go to the homepage at tfnn.com, and you can click on the Channel 9. Channel 9 is the archive for this show. And the King, folks, the King is in the building. King Dollar is up 29 ticks, so the King will be joining me at the 10 o'clock session. So it's going to be a fantastic Friday out there. As we take a look at the ES Mini, we're looking at the Ultra 10-minute chart out here. What we can see is a big pop in the futures. You had the futures after the release of the job numbers move from a low of 1408.75. Let's just call it 1409, all the way up to the high by 850 out at 1422.25 out there. Now, if you were just simply measuring expansions of swing points, what you would also notice is that it was just a little over 1.618 expansion of a set of swing points. That swing point being the high from 12:50 in the afternoon on the 5th, 2 days ago, all the way down to the low that came in, I'd say at about 12:40 on the 6th. So that was not last night, but the night before out there. So if you took an expansion of those swing points, you would get to about 1.618. It was 1.70. You want to make sure that you understand your Fibonacci expansion and contraction out there. You can also see in the yesterday, if you didn't hear yesterday's show, boy, I gave you a pot of gold. Go listen to the archive of the 9 o'clock show. It was also replayed at 11. Because Basil is out doing his Master Trader Series classes today as well as yesterday. But you can see here, as you take a look at the ultra short term, you made a 1.618 expansion. When it comes to your relative strength indicator, you got up to a level of about 78. That says you're starting to get into that extreme overbought area. What does a market do in order to work that off? It does one of two things. It either works sideways or it begins to pull back. At this stage here, what you can see here is the market is pulled back to the first level, that 0.382 area. You can see there was some volume most certainly behind the move during that first 10 minutes from 8:30 to 8:40. There were 53,000 contracts in the ES Mini. This is the ultra short-term picture. 0.382 is the first retracement. That's where you first let some folks off the elevator. The markets are going to open up here in 17 minutes. I expect we'll see another pop out there, at least another test of those highs. Why? Well, you've got a little high volume high out there, right? Even on a 10-minute chart. Let's go take a look at the 30-minute chart. So we'll go down to the daily. You can see on the 30-minute chart here also getting up close to, and really close enough to that bought condition out there as we came into the 9 o'clock hour. That candle that we're taking a look at there, that is what I would call maybe about I'd call that as far as a strong session between 1 to 10 out there. I'd put that maybe in the level of about a 4 out there. So that is a pretty strong session. We can also see a move being done out here on the 30-minute chart. That's just simply coming back to a set of swing points back around the 8, 9, the 10 o'clock time frame from December the 3rd out there. So it makes on the intraday chart, on a 10-minute chart, makes a 1.618 expansion of swing points. Also, if I turn that on here, we'll see that as well. Also making a 100% move of a move, all getting into the overbought territory. All, folks, the heartbeat of the markets, very easy to read. Works the same way on an intraday chart as it does on a daily chart out there. What's it all about? I did say the King is in the building. Something to think about. Not that the King is in the building, but you got King Dollar up 31 ticks right now. We had the King up yesterday as well, and the markets were up. Something to think about. What's that all about? It's all about the Queen. The euro making up 57.6% of the weighting structure inside the U.S. dollar index. So if we go take a look at the euro, what did the euro do? When we were taking a look at the euro yesterday on a 30-minute chart, I said, looks to me like the euro will make a 1 to 2 A to B equals CD. That is certainly what it did all the way up into the time frame of about 8:30 here, 8 o'clock, 8:30 this morning, when it hung out at that level and said, I think I want to go make a 1 to 2.618 and also a 100% move of a move. That means on the 30-minute chart on the euro, going back and testing this little cluster of swing points out here that we're at about the 9 o'clock session on November the 28th out there. Now, not a lot of bulls here in the euro. In fact, the euro, if you take a look at it like this, the euro on September November 28th out there was trading in the 1.289 level. So it took about 6 trading sessions to make its way all the way up to the top. Only 2 trading sessions to make its way all the way down. Do things fall faster than they rise? Well, in the case of the euro, that is the case out there. We're not seeing a whole lot of folks wanting to go home with euros over the weekend. So what we have out here is we have got a market that does make you say, usually, folks, almost always, it's the currencies that are going to win out. The currencies control, really, the marketplace out here. So you got the king up. Gold really, very flat right now, off $1. You've got silver up 21 cents out there. But let's just focus on the euro here. The euro, as it made that 100% move of a move, it stopped where it was supposed to. There is no bullish candle yet on the 30-minute chart on the euro. If we go take a look at the daily chart out here, let's go see what the daily looks like on the euro. The daily, let me go ahead and you can see yesterday making it I was doing the show a couple days ago with Basil, so we can see that the euro, as it was making a triple top, as it was making that, it was also completing his D wave of the Chapman wave out there. Then yesterday, yesterday what we saw with the euro was it pulled right back to that first level, 0.382. This morning, really crushing right through there. It didn't want to rest. There weren't a whole lot of folks to get on the escalator. The escalator here, the elevator going down, I should say. Next floor is the 0.618 level on the daily chart. That's 1.2873, but likely the way that it is slicing through there, it's going to come all the way back and make a 100% move of a move, come all the way back to the lows of November 13th out there. The euro was trading at this level, again, November 28th. You can see just simply how quickly the euro pulled back here. So it does say be careful out there in these markets. May be a little tricky on Jobs Friday out there. As we take a look around the world, let's go peek and see what we see out here. We see the DAX here is trading up about 80 cents here right now. So the DAX broke out yesterday of this area here, this horizontal area of resistance. We'll see if the DAX is going to close up there. There's still 2 hours and 12 minutes left in the trading session here. But right now, the DAX not off to the party that we see here in the U.S. markets. Let's go take a look at other markets around the world. Let's take a look at the FTSE, see what the FTSE is doing. The FTSE making a test of horizontal resistance out here. You can see that's the black horizontal line going across my screen. Really, you can say it's at the highs of yesterday. About 52.94 is what we'll call it. You're at, 59.24. You're at 59.19 right now. Looks like the FTSE's not going to have enough to break out and get over that. If we take a look around Japan having on the northern part of Japan having they had an earthquake last night or this morning. Luckily, no real damage out there. We can take a look at here in the Nikkei, pretty much flat last night. The Nikkei was down 17 points. Hasn't taken out the Gartley cell, hasn't taken out the butterfly cell area. 877-927-6648. S&P futures up 4, Dow futures up 52. We'll be right back, folks.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of TigerTV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Happy holidays from TFNN. Our most rewarding Tiger Dollar sale is back this December at TFNN. Normally, we offer only a 10 to 20% bonus on Tiger Dollar purchases, but through December 19th only, when you purchase Tiger Dollars to spend on any of our products, you get a 25% bonus on your purchase, and up to 10% of whatever you spend will be donated to the Salvation Army in your name. You'll receive a personalized thank you letter directly from our local Clearwater Salvation Army administrator in appreciation of your donation. Tiger Dollars can be used on any of our newsletters or subscriptions, never expire, and are fully transferable. Take advantage of our most rewarding Tiger Dollar sale of the year right now. Visit TFNN.com for all the details and to make your purchase today. Happy holidays from TFNN.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's see what's popping and dropping here in the pre-markets. Popping, you got Apple closing out at 547 yesterday, rejecting the hammer candle, the lows of the November 16th level, of course, doing it with a bit too much volume. November 16th had 45 million shares. Yesterday, Apple doing 42 million shares out there. Apple closed at 547 right now, trading out at 552.50. We've got AIG. They close at 33.26. They're trading out at 33.88. No big shakes there. Freeport McMoran, that has been hammered here. Closed at 30.81. Going to, looks like it's going to open up at about 31.30 out there. I don't think that is enough to create an island bottom reversal, but we will take a look at that. Amarin Corp dropping to the downside, largest dollar-wise to the downside. They closed at 11.95. Trading out right now at 9.58 out there. You've got QR Energy. QRE is the ticker symbol. They close at 16.91. They're trading out at 15.96 out there. Sarepta Therapeutics, SRPT, they closed at 27.48, trading down just slightly this morning out at 26.70. Let's go to a little north to Orlando to our man Rich. Rich, thanks for calling. How are you doing this morning?
Doing really well, Steve. It's a little drizzly out here in Orlando, but it was a beautiful day yesterday anyway. So
get that sun to burn that off, would you?
That's right, for the weekend.
Exactly. You wanted to take a look at the FAZ, which
Correct.
is the ultra short, the triple ultra short for the direction shares for the financial sector of the Russell 2000 or the Russell 1000, I believe. So
Correct.
tell us what you're doing and how I can help.
Well, looking for a drop here someplace in the market. I'm seeing this being the short position. We've got a high volume top. It looks like to me, not a top, but a high volume, area there in earlier November, and it's pulled back in around the 16 3/4. And it would just look to me like maybe this has got some possibilities for the upside. Some of its components seem like they're kind of soft. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they're either extended up and they're looking for a correction also.
Now you're just looking for maybe like a 1-day trade or something
Correct.
like that, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
what I would do here is right now I'm paying attention, let's say, to the XLF. Mm-hmm. Been trading longer. It pretty much does the job of I believe it's very similar in the weighting structure inside the FAZ. Now the
that's a short also, right? XLF is the bullish, right?
XLF is it's just really the sector itself.
Right.
Of the S&P 500. So, you would either go short or go long that. So it's not an inverse ETF. And so it represents the financial sector. And I think if you take a look at the top 10 holdings inside the FAS, I don't think you can do it on the FAZ when you go to the Direction Shares website.
Correct.
But it's the same thing. It's just the opposite. The XLF, if you take a look at that weighting structure, you're going to see a very similar weighting structure as far as the top 10 holdings inside there. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because of all the sectors inside the S&P 500, the financial, believe it or not, is the strongest of all the sectors on the shorter term basis. Okay, so on the longer term basis, if you go back to off of the 2007 highs, the answer is no. But I'm just looking here right now as we speak, because you're looking at this as being a shorter term trade.
Correct.
The financial sector is actually the strongest of the sectors that are out there. So in looking to go short, I would direct you more towards something that would be weak out there versus something strong. However, to answer your question here and go take a look at the XLF, what I would do here, because we're going to see a pop in the market. The question is, what's the pop going to look like between 9:30 and 10 o'clock? The XLF is, even though it's the strongest sector, it is running up against an area of resistance. That happens to be that November 7th area if you switch over to the XLF. That's where you had a downdraft with 116 million shares out there. So the question is the top of that going to hold as a resistance area, which is 1594, closed at 1590. Certainly it's going to at least pop up to that. In fact, let me just actually look at it and see what it's actually trading at here right now. Go over to this thing here. That's what I really should have done. Give me a moment here to pull that up, see how quickly I can do this. So let's go see what the XLF is actually trading at. 1597. So it's going to, should pop up. Now, the low of the gap, that would be your November 6th candle, is 1601. So let's say you want to go ahead and take an FAZ trade. It should be able to get up to 1601. That's got 40 million shares out there. Maybe put it on an intraday chart out there. That would be your target to go ahead and take a trade. Now, if it closes inside the if the XLF closes inside 1601, I'd say you're on the wrong side of that trade for the moment.
Okay. Listen, a question. You had mentioned about some other sector that's weaker. Like which one?
Well, hang on through the break. I don't know which one is weaker just yet. It's just that the XLF is the strongest. But hold on.
Right.
After the market's open, we'll go back to Rich in Orlando. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow up 70 points right now, S&P up 6. Composite up 12, small caps up 3, Microsoft flat, Intel up 20 cents, Google up $3 and change, Cisco up 24 ticks, Apple up $4 and change out there. Apple leading the charge to the upside dollar-wise. Behind them, you've got Netflix's drafting them. They're up $1.85, about 2%. Then nothing but pro shares. Ultra shares, you've got AIG up 71 cents out there. To the downside is Amarin Corp leading things to the downside, down 18% off $2 and change. Sarepta Therapeutics off $1. QR Energy, we mentioned that earlier. Let's go back out to Rich in Orlando. So, Rich, your question was, which is a weaker ETF out there, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, that would the easy answer to that is the technology sector. Just simply because of the weighting, the structure inside there, because of Apple. So that is that is one of the weakest sectors inside the S&P 500. The XLF, just going back to right now, it's trading out at 1601. If you're still interested in that trade, I would just let it get up to see if it'll get up to the 1612 level. That's the low of the close on November the 6th out there. I've got it on a 30-minute chart. I think it's really about 10 o'clock where you start to get that type of information that would be released to you, or wait for some type of bearish candle signal out there. If you're going to trade the XLK, what you've got to do is you should be paying attention also to Apple. to see how Apple is trading. You probably want to go ahead and put that on a intraday chart as well. But that's really where the weakness has been, continues to be in the marketplace. We take a look at the volume yesterday and the day before, just simply on a weekly basis from a Apple standpoint. Apple wants to at least go back down and test the lows of November 16th, which are going to be 515.50 out there. And the way that it's coming down with volume, it's actually saying more like it wants to go ahead and bust through there, setting up a large A to B equals CD down. And that'll be a doozy out there. Will probably freak people out, but it is what it is. You know, the A to B equals CD down, just the one-to-one is 404.65. But the reality is, if that's the pattern that it's setting up, 352.57 is where it will head to, which are going to be the swing point lows of November 25th, 2011. So that's so just simply my preference is in taking a look at when you go long, find something strong. When you go weak, or when you're going to go short, find something that's weak out there, even if it's maybe a stock.
What is the tech ETF?
On the short XL, it's TR something. I can't remember. I don't want to give you the wrong one.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, go inside there. Go inside there. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. Little brain contusion there. But if you go inside Direction Shares, you'll see it there.
Super.
Alrighty?
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. Have a great weekend out there. You bet. As we come back to the markets, let's just simply go see take a quick peek here at the index futures, see what it is that we've got out here. That's the 10-minute chart. So we're not, other than just an initial pop out there, we're seeing the Russell 2000 futures here sell off. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. Of course, that could be a weak sector or weak one of the weak indices out here. So the Russell 2000, what it did here as it made its pop, it was coming right back into the area where it had a couple of downdrafts. Certainly the first downdraft. And what we're taking a look at, folks, is this simply taking a look at wide price spread, those large candles, those large bars out there, because they're telling you where the bulls and bears are hanging out. In this case here, it happened to be the 10 o'clock session on December the 3rd out there. Just take a look at that wide-ranging bar. That wide-ranging bar of a level of 1 to 10, with 1 being the most bearish out there. That's going to be basically a level 2 out there. So that's important to be paying attention to. You can see as price got back up there several times, you can see that the bears just hanging out there, just waiting to sell the market, waiting to sell into strength, right? If you want to go short, you want to sell into strength. If you want to buy the market, you want to buy into weakness out here. You can see that's what the bulls and bears are doing. You can just take a look at a stock chart to see what is going on out here as the market popped off of the jobs numbers, as the relative strength got up into that overbought condition there, as it was moving into the area where we know the bears have been hanging out in the Russell 2000, just simply stopped it dead in its tracks. You can see the bears in operation here inside the Russell at the moment. If we go take a look at, let's go look at Netflix out here, and then we'll go look at maybe gold, silver, and see what is going on out there. Let's go take a look at Netflix and see what is happening inside that equity. NFLX is the ticker symbol here. Apparently I have fat fingers here this morning. Okay, why is it not giving me? So it looks like it gapped up. Give me a moment here. Refresh my screen. See what that is trading into. Looks like it's trading into a area of resistance out here, maybe just slightly above it here this morning. Why am I not really getting much of a data feed? That's not a good thing. 89, let's see, I've got 89.69 is what it should be, trading at. But on my system, it, for whatever reason, hasn't kicked into gear. So we're going to skip Netflix. Well, at 89.69, I can tell you what it's trading into. It's trading into the high out here where it had broken down, which was April the 24th out there. That level was $90. 16 million shares at that level. Yesterday, moved up into it with only 5.4 million shares. So it doesn't look like it has enough energy to bust it up through its area of resistance. That's that black horizontal line going across the screen there. Let's go take a look at Amarin Corp. See if I can get this one to pop up on my screen. AMRN is the ticker symbol. That is the lead dog in the clubhouse on the way down. Amarin trading out at $9.79 here. Okay, so gapping down with volume. Let's go see where this is headed to. Taking out a series of really B points out here. We're going to call it this B point that would be the October 10th level, 16 million shares. So it's gapped down below that. So far, in just 11 minutes of trading, 4.1 million shares. So it's going to have the volume today. Also blowing through the most recent swing point of November 8th, which was 3.8 million shares. So it's already exceeded that volume. Let's go see where this is going to move into. It's going to move into areas of strength out here when this thing moved off of it would take it back into the March 13th, 2012 level. That's about $7 and a penny. It's at 9.78. So it's got quite a bit of work to get down there. Let's see here. Here's an area of support. Let's put this on a weekly chart out here. So as we put this on a weekly chart, let me refresh my screen. Make sure that we've got all good, accurate data for everybody following along on the home game. So we can see here, this is going to move down into the area where it last broke out, which is the low on the week, March 9, 2012. Again, that low, 705. It's really going to be going against about 42 million shares. So volume-wise, it doesn't have the volume to break through that. As far as doesn't really have a high volume high out here. So it's not necessarily a stock chart. I would see, ooh, look at that. That's a pretty nasty candle, isn't it? That's a weekly chart out here. I don't know what happened back in, it's probably one of those textbook ones, though. Take a look at that candle. That is 1 week. When I say take a look at that candle, folks, I'm talking April 27th, 2007. Went from $40 all the way down to a low of $6.80. How is that for a wild ride in Amarin Corp out there? Let's go over, take a look at the metals, see what is happening out here. Let's look at gold. Gold this morning getting down and again testing the swing point. Keeps trying to pound down on the swing point of November the 5th out there. That swing point high, 1686, gets down to a level of 1684 during the session here early this morning. Traded out right now at 1706 out there. Volume-wise so far, 91,000 contracts. That's going against 223,000 contracts. So gold not having enough to bust it down, but it does want to bust through there. And with the euro moving down, we'll go back and take a look at the euro as well. That is certainly should put pressure on the metals markets out here. Silver acting stronger than gold here. Silver just really moving sideways, not getting down to the same swing point, which would be November 5th out there. You can see silver, where gold has been down there and has touched that level. Silver has only made off of that area, has only made just a little over a 0.382 retracement. So basically, I think it's the same swing point. November the 5th out there. Is the low that we're looking at in silver, $30.65. So from that low all the way up to the bearish engulfing high on November 30th at $34.42, only making a 0.382 retracement. So silver is clearly, from a chart standpoint, is stronger than gold out there. If we go take a look at light sweet crude, you've got light sweet crude here trading up 35 cents. Light sweet crude wants to come all the way back down and visit the lows of $77.28. That's a swing point from June 28th. Cool thing here in Clearwater. Now, I don't know what it's like in your area. We're actually having a little gas war. There is a new gas station that opened up off of 60 here called Thornton's, I believe. Thornton's is the name of it. Never heard of them. But they're selling regular. I wish my car used regular, but they're selling regular for $3.08. That's pretty low, folks. So that's a good thing. I think we will see lower prices when it comes to the pump as the King continues to get higher out there. Speaking of the King, let's go take a look at King Dollar. You've got the U.S. dollar index trading up 29 cents out at 80.50 right now, just kind of having moved up nicely this morning. Obviously, with the news of the great number of jobs being produced, 146,000 jobs. And an unemployment rate of 7.7. It backed off. Of course, what you can see here is that the U.S. dollar index, when it pulled right back to a 0.786 retracement. That was off of the low from October the 17th out there, also making about a 1.272 expansion of swing points out there. U.S. dollar index wanting to get up into the November 16th highs. That's going to be your 81.08 to 81.50. Let's go back. Let's take a look at natural gas. Let's go see what's going on here with natural gas this morning. Natural gas, I've got the UNG, so we'll start with the UNG. The UNG making a very, very nice rising price channel out there, coming off having formed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern on December the 4th on the way down, then going ahead and gapping up. Of course, you can't really pay attention to the gaps on the UNG because that is traded off the underlying instrument, which is the natural gas contract. So don't pay attention to any of the gaps that you see on there. A nice trade on UNG is probably going to be coming back and testing that channel line. You can draw those channel lines on your system as well. Just use the most number of co-located opens and closes out there. In this case here, I'm using the open on April 19th on the UNG. That's at 1450. I am using the close, I should say, on April 19th. I'm using the open on April 20th. I'm using the closes both on June 11th and June 12th, and pretty much the open on August the 29th out there. That sets the bottom of the channel. That is on the ETF for the natural gas contract. Let's go take a look at natural gas here. Natural gas traveling in a similar rising price channel. Of course, all of its pullbacks and retracements have really been to the center line, so the 50% level. And you can see here, natural gas not either overbought or oversold, so truly also in the middle there. And natural gas looks like a pretty decent trade coming into the winter time out there. Let's go take a look at, let's go back to the currency market here and see what the Queen is doing. Let's put this back on the 30-minute chart because we know there it was making a 100% move of a move and also just trying to work off the oversold condition. You can see here the euro, not any bulls here showing up, so the euro is going to come all the way back down and test the 1.28758 level. But the euro wants lower price on the daily chart. Just simply on the intraday chart, pretty easy to go back and identify where it is trading to and why it is trading there. It does not look like folks want to go home with euros over the weekend. Let's go take a look at some of the other currencies as long as we're in my little currency tab out here. Let's go take a look at the Japanese yen. So the Japanese yen trying to take out a 0.786 Gartley sell pattern that is set up here. So the Japanese yen trying to weaken. If it does get above 82, 86, then what the yen will do, it will run all the way up to its most recent highs, 100% move. That would be up into the March 15th level. That price point is 84.17. So it does not want to normally you would say back off to at least the 0.382 level. You can see it is not even close to that. Now there, I'm taking a look at the large A to B equals CD. I'm coming off of the low swing point on the yen. That is at the September 13th level at 77.12. So it clearly, if those are the black horizontal lines going across my screen here. Let's just simply come off of the last move inside that C to D leg. That's going to come off of the swing point from November 9th up to the same high. And you can see that also not even a 0.382 move. So what does that say? That says if the yen takes out this 0.786 Gartley of 82.86, yes, it'll travel up and make 100% move of a move, but it will be a Gartley that turns into a butterfly. 877-927-6648. Dow up 40 points right now. Russell 2000 struggling. That's up 60 cents. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow up 45 points right now. S&P up 3. Composite off 40 cents. Apple leading the charge here, up 71 cents. When I say leading the charge, I was really referring to the composite here, which is negative. Now, yesterday we spent a bunch of time taking a look at Apple, just simply the move. We were looking at the 5-minute chart, taking also a look at the relative strength indicator, which was giving us the indication there intraday, the EKG, the heartbeat of any stock out there as to what it was going to do, where it was going to turn or at least move sideways to work off either an overbought or an oversold condition out there. As we take a look at Apple as it moved up this morning here, as it gapped up and getting immediately in towards that overbought level. You can also see I've got a couple black horizontal lines going across my screen here. So you can see it's an area of resistance. That's where Apple moved up into that area of resistance, at the same time getting towards that overbought condition, and now moving back. One of the things that we did see here in Apple, we saw Apple, I've got these lines here on my screen. I've got price If you're looking at the upper portion of the chart, price moving up, yet volume was moving down. That is not real out there. That is why, and Apple has a high volume low just simply on the 5-minute that was not visited. From a bullish standpoint, if you were bullish Apple, your preference would have been to have seen at least that tested yesterday. That was not tested. That's sticking out like a sore thumb out there. I suspect we will see Apple get down there and test that most likely today here. You're looking at the 529 level down to the low of yesterday, 518.63 out there. As we let's go take a look at Freeport McMoran. I want to see what that did here. FCX is the ticker symbol. Looked like that was going to gap up. The question is, did it? Where is it? Come on, I know it's on here. It's got to be on here. It's probably right in front of my eyes. Somebody at home is saying, Steve, it's right in front of you, right there, dead center, dead solid, perfect. Okay, no, it did not gap up here this morning. This is struggling for sure. You can see Freeport McMoran here purchasing a couple of companies, also getting in the oil and gas business out here now. Moving down a couple trading sessions ago with 153 million shares out there yesterday, moving lower with 84 million shares here. Nice candle structure here with a little bit of a gap up this morning. Volume-wise, so far 14 million shares in the first 26 minutes of trading out there. Let's go see what IBM is doing. We take a peek inside the Dow, see who is green and who is mean out here. So leading the charge on the upside is IBM, so the number one weighted stock inside the Dow. That's up $1.12 right now. So let's go take a look at the IBM chart. That, too, I'm sure is just right in front of me. Where is it? IBM. There we go, IBM. So IBM trading out at 190.87 here. 2 trading sessions ago, coming down and testing its most recent window, its area of support out here, which is the November 16th high, 187.56, 4.6 million shares out there. As that window was being tested, it was being tested with 4.2 million shares, so a little bit of lighter volume here. Says that Apple says that IBM, could easily trade up into the top of its range out here, which would really, right now, the resistance area is the down window, which came on November 7th, the gap down with 4.7 million shares. I'll go ahead and put that line across the screen here as well, and so that would be one possibility. Of course, if IBM moves up there, being the number one weighted stock inside the Dow, that will help to move the Dow higher for sure. Caterpillar is up $1.25. J.P. Morgan up 81 cents. McDonald's up 73. To the downside here, Verizon, which we know is a good, strong stock. Microsoft off 29 ticks. Pfizer off 24. Time absolutely flies, folks. I hope you enjoyed the last hour. The next hour, even better, because the king is in the building. Tom will be here for the Money Masters show. It's Friday. It is the Nadex Bull Bear binary option hour. If you're off to start your weekend or your day, have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on Monday, folks. Take care.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.